My family moved to the 4200 block of Viola Street in 1956.
And I've been here for what? My son is 47. We moved here when he was 5, so that's somewhere like maybe 50 years.
I moved across the street at 4153 in 1948.
Wow.
And I stayed there until 1964. Then I moved here. Robert was 6 months old when I moved here, my youngest child. He was 6 months old.
So my first childhood memories, if I were to really go back, would probably be riding my bicycle up and down Viola Street.
My greatest memories of Viola Street is every house had a family in it. There was no apartments. Every house was, the facade was fixed up. In the evening, this time in the evening, you would see families, mother, father, children sitting out on the porch, playing games. It was a community. We all worked together.
A lot of it. We had an old man around, he passed on. And he used to get all the kids and have a baseball game in the park, and that was really nice.
Living so close to Fairmount Park has always been a big addition or a big part of my life. That used to be our playground when we were kids.
The Memorial Hall, when I used to go over there and swim in the pool. Yeah. And the Memorial Hall, we used to go play ping pong. We used to go and play the basketball. We used to swim in the 16 feet of water. That was my memory of Memorial Hall and Kelly Foods when they had the bleachers in the 16 feet of water. You know, that was our memory. Yes.
And when was that?
Ooh. That was in the early 70s, I think in the 80s.
I was a crossing guard for 16 years, right up here, 41st and Girard. That's what I retired from.
And because I know back in the day, we had a lady across the street, Miss Hunter, God bless her. She was like, they called her the Daily News, because she took care of everything. And my son used to say all the time, before I got home from work, do I have to listen to Miss Hunter? Because if she see him doing something wrong, she would correct him. And it was nice. It was nice like that, because people looked out for each other. Very nice. If he brought his bike up, he wasn't supposed to bring nothing out with wheels on it to make him take it back in the house. And that was so nice. I thought.
So we've seen people move out. We've seen buildings fall into disrepair, and we've seen buildings come down. But I think you can see that the transition is the cycle's moving upward now. We're coming out of those bad times.
I think really it was a bad idea really to tear the houses down and stuff, because it made the value of the houses really go down.
I came here and the lady asked me,
said, do you want that house? I said, yeah, I want that house. The house is falling apart.
but I took the house anyway. And you could standing in the living room, you could see the sky and the floors and was caving in and all that kind of stuff. But I worked on it, and now I'm living in that same house. 30-something years ago, or maybe more.
And it's been a change. It's been a change, but now it's getting back to where it was. And I'm proud of that.
We had some neighbors who stayed with it. They hung on and they anchored our neighborhood. Our neighbors like Miss Johnson and Miss Naomi and Miss Wright and the Williams. Then over the years, as I'm one of them, I grew up here, went away to college, went in the military, been around the world a couple of times, lived in Jersey for 15 years. And worked for IBM, like everybody else, job was outsourced, so we had to downsize. So I said to myself, my parents left me some property on Viola Street. Came around here, my husband was like, oh, no way. And I'm like, stop seeing what you see. Just visualize. You remember when you first started coming around here? Just visualize. So we moved back, and we started to work. Other good people moved on. The Smiths moved on the block. Jean Allen, she came back. Michael Birch came back. And we all came back, and we got together. We organized, and we got to work.
My friends thought I was crazy because they saw the neighborhood was really blighted. But like other neighbors that are residents that continue to stay here, they saw the potential and continue to see the potential in the neighborhood. It's right next to the park. We have a lot of cultural institutions here. We have beautiful historic homes. And I thought this was a place that I could grow along with the community.
And since the young people moved back in the block, Joyce, Lorraine, and Michael, they've been a great access to this block.
The first thing we did was something that bothered everybody, beautification. So we attacked the lots. 6 years ago, if you came down Viola Street, there'd been cars parked up on the lot, mud everywhere. So we couldn't wait for the city. We know we have to do things ourselves. You wait for the city, nothing gets done. We partnered with Habitat. We put up a low-level fence. We put grass seeds down. We beautified it, and now we have 2 great public spaces.
There's a lot of abandoned houses. We don't have a commercial district. So a group of residents got together and said, what can we do to take a proactive move for our neighborhood? And one of the things that we wanted to address was the houses. So we formed this grassroots group, the Viola Street Residents Association, and we started tackling some of those issues. We launched a number of beautification initiatives to plant trees. We had a collaboration with Habitat for Humanity to do some facade repair on some of the historic homes.
I think it was 2 years ago, we had an awesome day here when Habitat for Humanity came to our block. They came here with a truck and a van and buses, and people and organizations and people from the neighborhood all got together to pitch in to basically rehab a lot of these older homes that are here on the block. And they did a great job. The residents really enjoyed it. Those are the kind of programs and things that we need to see more of.
There's another 4 houses that were torn down. We took that lot over, we put up a low-level fence, we put down grass seeds, and we beautified it. So now we have 2 public spaces, we have meetings there, people have cookouts there, and that's how we utilize that. Just take back our neighborhood, bring it back to what it used to be and what it can be.
We have a lot down there that we take it for our meeting lot and stuff. When you see the flowers down there in the front of the empty lot, that's where we meet a lot, and that's nice. Everybody take their own chair, and we sit out, and it's very nice. I enjoy that, and especially when it's nice, you know.
We all get out together, and we get out and we clean up, and every time somebody has an event, they make sure that we have notices in our door, and we all get together and we come out, and they let us know ahead of time, you know, just to support the neighborhood.
There's a lot of beautiful trees being planted here that wasn't here before.
When I was like really younger, like all these trees weren't here, so this like a lot of these trees, they happen within like the span of like maybe like 4 or 5 years, and it makes the neighborhood so much better.
Come on, talk to me. You can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on.
Well, we did the food cupboard, and we had an office on 40th Street, and that was where we really learned how to be an organization, because I always had the space was in my home. So I always laugh about it. I said I only prayed and asked God for just a little space for the office. We had 2 buildings. Oh my God, what are we going to do it all? So we learned to be a center, you know, and we did everything that you can mention in, you know, at that building on 40th Street. We even did rent rebate, tax. We did it all without any funding for anyone. You know, we put a lot of my son and I and the community put our own money in there, you know, so we could be able to do different things for the community. We ran a lunch program. We had a little camp for the children, and we worked very closely with the Twister Motorcycle Club. I remember sending him a letter one day. I told him I'd like to meet him, and he came right over the same night. I couldn't believe it, and we became friends since then. And he's done a lot of things for us and for me personally. Like they did rides for us to get toys for our children, and even now book bags and things like that. And when we had our event the end of last month, they paid for me to get a clown and things like that. And I was a foster parent for like 25 years, and some of them you see out there, has lived here for years. I had over 125 children stay here in this house with me and my husband and my family. I love children, and we were able to get a playground for them up there at 41st and Power, because it used to be just a lot of trash and stuff on it. And then we finally had a mural on the wall. It's called the North Star. I hope you get a chance to go look at it at the playground. We come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord.
Big neighborhood, so you gotta have people around you, you gotta have people to support you, and those people are my friends. I really never had to worry about, you know, being out late at night or early in the morning or worried about getting robbed or anything. I never had to worry about anything like that in this neighborhood.
Well, I think everybody around here is like family or so. So if any problem happen around here, so they usually all get involved together.
One of my favorite memories is all the block parties.
Something that like kind of happens on this block every winter is we have like really bad snowstorms, and then like everyone comes outside to like show their pathways. But then there's people who gotta still go places and they try to shell out their cars, and they have a hard time shelling out their cars. And then they gotta ask like someone, a youth, to help them out, and then maybe they get paid a couple dollars here and there. That's something that's like cool growing up in this neighborhood.
So where I came from, I've been through a lot of fighting and getting beat up, and up here I feel more myself, because it's more like I can do what I want to do. Where I was at, I couldn't do it. I was being stalked by certain people in the neighborhood.
When they moves into the neighborhood and we walks out and we welcome them to the neighborhood and let them know that they're in a very good neighborhood and they don't have to worry about anything.
And the biggest feature on Viola Street is our garden. We have one of the oldest gardens in the city of Philadelphia. That garden has been up since 1969. It's a group of neighbors. We all have plots. We all grow differently. I chose to use raised beds.
Tomatoes. This year, my greens didn't do too good. The bugs were good. And I don't like to put that insecticide on it. And I have eggplants down in there. And the squirrels ate up my corn. So I have peppers, green peppers. And really, because I picked all the string beans. I have a nice lot of string beans.
Pray God you can call. I stand outside this woman's work, this woman's world. Ooh, it's hard.
We grow our vegetables. When I have extras, I'll take them over to the First African Presbyterian Church for their food bank. So we try to take care of each other around here.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
I think they can take some of the abandoned lots, probably build homes, take some of them and so put benches and stuff. For like when people come outside, they don't want to sit on their porch. This way they can go to the abandoned lot and they can sit on the benches. And then have lights and everything around and stuff, like when it get dark.
My aspirations is to put some benches out there so our seniors and our children could sit, do some intergenerational activities. On the second lot, that's another play area for our kids, some benches, maybe not play equipment, but a place where they can go, and even though we live by the park, if you have little kids, it's a green spot for them. They can be on their block and have a place to play safely.
Some of them need to either put homes there, or either put a store or a dollar store or a laundromat. So it won't be so far people walk to a store, or so far go to a laundromat. I don't have no vehicle.
You could just like add in a few things, like to make it feel like a park more than just a vacant lot.
Well, during the summertime, I would like really to see them put, like, you know, swings, benches, things like in that manner for the kids, so that they won't be out in the street. You know, they don't have to worry about, you know what I mean, cars skiing or breaking, I mean, because the kids will be safe. They'll be in a lot. Well, I do carpenter work, but I can't do it by myself.
We have a fundraiser going on now to get sidewalks in front of the lots because we can't walk on our sidewalk. Our seniors, and that's me, I can't walk down the sidewalk. I have to walk in the street or I will fall. They're so bad in front of the houses where people don't live. So we're trying to raise money up. We have some neighbors said we can get the equipment. They'll help us do the work. So that's our biggest project. So donate when you come to the 24th.
We have a lot of cats. If anybody want to come around and adopt a few, feel welcome.
Come on, talk to me. You can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on.
I think mostly all these people that live on this block, all of them own their home.
We don't want to see people taxed out of the area.
Most of them want to give their homes and stuff when they pass away. They're going to give their homes and stuff to their grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. So they're going to keep the home ownership in their family. Because they get offers and stuff every day. They've been getting offers and stuff for years.
People being displaced is always a fear. So sure, we're concerned about that. We need to be concerned about it. Our long-term residents deserve to stay here, and we're going to work on that to make sure that that happens.
We know in the future that this neighborhood has a lot of potential, and there may be a lot of people looking at our neighborhood. But we want to keep housing here affordable. And one of the ways we could do that is the Community Land Trust. So that's a vision we have. And that was part of when we did our community design plan. It's to beautify the neighborhood, but we want to make sure that residents that want to remain here can stay here. And people of similar incomes can continue to move into this neighborhood maybe 10 or 15 years from now. I like to do scattered site community land trust because we have so many abandoned properties in the neighborhood that just needs to be fixed up and the families can move in. The other thing that we're promoting is more money into the Housing Trust Fund, because the Housing Trust Fund is not only to increase affordable housing, but it's also for basic systems repair, so people can repair their houses. Lots of times people don't want to move out of their house, but they just can't afford the repair.
If you live on Viola Street, and trust me, all my neighbors know, pay your taxes and your water bill. They have programs in place now. Get on them. If you're a senior, apply for the senior tax freeze, the senior water plan, the senior gas bill and electric bill, but pay your taxes. You have any issues, any problems, please come see me.
I love this block. I love this block.
And the reason why I stay, I got the best neighbors ever. In Philadelphia, this is the best part of the city ever.